Having trouble getting your manuscript into Atticus? Wondering if there's a secret handshake or a hidden portal you need to find? You're not alone. Many authors, myself included, have scratched their heads trying to navigate the initial steps of importing their precious words into this powerful formatting tool. But what if I told you it's not nearly as complicated as it seems, and that with a few simple clicks and a little bit of know-how, you could have your book perfectly prepped for publication in no time? Let's face it, as authors, our main goal is to write. We pour our hearts and souls into crafting compelling stories, developing rich characters, and building immersive worlds. The technical side of publishing, while essential, can often feel like a necessary evil. Formatting, in particular, can be a daunting beast, especially if you're not tech-savvy. That's where tools like Atticus come in, promising to simplify the process and give your book a professional, polished look. But the first hurdle, of course, is getting your manuscript into Atticus in the first place. You might have heard whispers of different file types, perhaps a suggestion to use docx, or maybe you've even attempted to copy and paste chunks of your book, only to be met with formatting chaos. There are countless articles and forum posts out there offering fragmented advice, sometimes leading to more confusion than clarity. The truth is, while there are a few acceptable file formats, one stands head and shoulders above the rest for ease of use and preserving your original formatting. And that's what we're going to dive into today, making sure your journey from finished manuscript to beautifully formatted book is as smooth as possible. Before we jump into the nitty-gritty of the import process itself, let's take a quick moment to understand why the right import method is so crucial. When you import your manuscript, you're not just bringing text into Atticus, you're bringing in all the underlying structure, the paragraph breaks, the italics, the bolding, and even the heading styles you might have already applied. Choosing the wrong import method can strip away all that hard work, leaving you with a plain text file that requires extensive reformatting within Atticus. This defeats the entire purpose of using a tool designed to streamline your workflow. So, getting this first step right is paramount to saving yourself hours of frustration down the line. Alright, enough preamble. Let's get down to business. The absolute best way to import your manuscript into Atticus is by using a .docs file. This is the standard document format for Microsoft Word, and it's what Atticus is designed to work with most seamlessly. So, your first step, if you haven't already, is to save your manuscript as a .docs file. If you're writing in Google Docs, you can simply go to File, Download, Microsoft Word, .docs. If you're using another word processor, look for a Save As or Export option and select .docs as your file type. It's truly that simple for this initial conversion. Once you have your sparkling new .docs file, open up Atticus. You'll likely be greeted with a blank slate or perhaps a previous project if you've used it before. To start a new project, which is what importing a new manuscript essentially is, you'll want to look for the Create New Book button. This is usually pretty prominent on the main dashboard or within the File menu. Clicking Create New Book will bring up a new window or a section within Atticus where you'll be prompted to give your book a title and, crucially, to import your manuscript. You'll see an option that says something along the lines of Import Manuscript or Upload File. This is where you'll select your .docs file. Now, here's a crucial tip to make your import even smoother. Clean up your manuscript before you import it. What do I mean by clean up? Well, things like excessive blank lines, multiple spaces between words, or inconsistent heading styles can sometimes cause minor hiccups during the import process, leading to extra work within Atticus. While Atticus is incredibly smart and can handle a lot, a little preemptive tidying goes a long way. This isn't strictly necessary, but it's a best practice that seasoned authors swear by. Once you've selected your .docs file, Atticus will begin the import process. Depending on the size of your manuscript and your internet speed, this might take a few moments. Don't panic if it doesn't appear instantly. Atticus is working its magic, analyzing your document, and converting it into its internal structure. After the import is complete, you'll see your manuscript appear within Atticus. Now, this is where the fun begins, and where you can start to truly appreciate the power of Atticus. You'll notice that your chapters, if you've used heading styles in your original document, will likely be automatically detected and separated into individual sections in the Atticus sidebar. This is a huge time saver. If they're not, don't worry, we'll quickly cover how to fix that in a moment. The beauty of importing a well-formatted .docs file is that Atticus often recognizes your headings, like heading 1 for chapter titles, heading 2 for subheadings, etc., and uses them to automatically create your table of contents and structure your book. This is why using proper heading styles in your word processor is so important. It sets you up for success in Atticus. What if your chapters aren't separated? What if you just have a giant block of text? This usually happens if you haven't consistently used heading styles in your original document. But fear not. Atticus has a fantastic feature for this. You can manually divide your chapters. Simply navigate to the point where a new chapter should begin, click your cursor there, and then look for the Add Chapter or Split Chapter option in the Atticus interface. It's typically represented by a small plus sign or a scissor icon. This allows you to quickly break down your manuscript into manageable, navigable sections. Another common question is about front matter and back matter. Things like your title page, copyright page, dedication, acknowledgments, and author bio. Should these be included in your main manuscript file when you import? The answer is, you can, but Atticus also provides dedicated sections for these elements. Many authors prefer to import their main manuscript and then add the front and back matter directly within Atticus using its built-in templates. This gives you more control over the specific formatting of those pages, and Atticus often has pre-designed layouts for them that look very professional. So, while you can include them in your .docs, it's often more efficient to add them separately in Atticus. Now, once your manuscript is in Atticus, take a moment to scroll through it. Check for any obvious formatting issues. Sometimes a rogue paragraph break or an extra space might sneak in. But compared to importing a plain text file, these will be minor adjustments. You can now use Atticus's powerful tools to apply themes, adjust fonts, control line spacing, and create a truly stunning layout for your book, both for print and ebook versions. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.